future woman, how bio-integrated tech will change everything. This is the sample photos and matter we will enter. Good morning friends. Future woman, how bio-integrated tech will change everything. What exactly do we mean by bio-integrated technology, and why is the term reshaping running human brain computer interface file implants? This is Reuters news. Why will embedding sensor physiology management? How will continuous internal monitoring changes, diagnosis, early warning and personalized treatment, soft, stretchable and biodegradable electronics implants safer, lower cost and better integrated with living tissue? The implantable medical device market in 25, forecasting evidence that implants are moving from niche to how will high bandwidth brain interfaces transform life for could assistive neural tech become general possible as well? What new privacy and surveillance risk arise when your thoughts micro momentum hormones and glucose are continuously? How can anticipate and design against attack vectors that target implants for theft, co-erection? Should implants be regulated like given forecast that the biohacking market may grow dramatically over the plan now for wider spread? DY Global Markets Insights Inc. How will employees ensures and as legitimate ways to improve safety authentication? Will payers cover therapeutic augmentations, and what social tensions will? Could augmentation widen inequalities if early wealthy and insured? What legal protections are necessary to secure body explicit consent and data ownership for implants? Collect years of multimodal data beyond the original trial scope. Could standardize data and risk labels for implants help patient and longevity? How will people's sense of identity and self evolve when personal memories are system? Could religious, cultural and political option in some regions while accelerating it in others? How should militaries and policymakers draw lines between therapeutic augmented speech does not that accelerate the ethical urgency around mind reading speech for vision become the first widely accepted or state-led brain chip programs in multiple countries, accelerating a for standards, safety and geopolitics? How fast should regulators serve harms? What role will AI play in converting raw neural? How will longevity cognitive chips and the regulators engage directly with grassroots augmentation cultures. News. How can clinicians be trained to make CERTs to respond to device values? What interoperability could vendors lock users into closed implant ecosystems? How should we manage over-the-air updates to even updates changes? Device behavior or privacy, corporate responsibilities when implants fail, when companies discontinue support, or when subsidiaries are sold. Could planned absence of implants create new categories of medical e-waste and environmental harm? Subscription and clinic network models shape long-term action and upgrades. Could public-private partnership help delivery therapeutic innovations? What new profession will emerge? Implant technicians, neurodata interpreters, bias, and how should education system adapt from procedure fees to outcome-based payments tied to derived metrics? Implant data be governed to balance scientific position? What transparency and individual audit rights should people have algorithms and transforms their neural or physiological data? Could to disconnect laws be extended? Implants are always on augmentation from employer reach. What public education and community engagement campaigns are needed to help citizens weigh? How can ethics, patient advocates, technology remediation for implant arms? Should an agreement limit certain military augmentation or non-thermal modification that carry high societic risk to begin building regularity? What practical steps can individuals take today, from strong device passwords to damage demanding data? How should civil society and activities organize to demand meaningful oversight transparency technologies? If bio-integrated tech can dramatically subscribe and comment, future we will eat and other things. This is the nitrogen fixation. Semi-systematic action, molecular, cellular, biological communication, molecular, mind. If chips impact the mind, how they received and they active above mentioned. This is hot impact the chips. Future human, how bio-integrated tech will change everything. Introduction to biointegration. What is biointegration tech? Biointegration medicine and the human experience. Cyber security. This is second, ethics, privacy, and third, economy, policy, and innovation. Economic implication. Biointegrated device market projected. Fourth, conclusion and future outlook. Conclusion: balance innovation with ethics, progress with privacy, and enhancement with equality. This is the PNG photo. How to future energy factories. This is also one of the good soft. You will find out the what is it. Biology meets tech. Future is bio. Total future is bio. Evolving woman tech. The tech integrated future. Biotech is here. Future human now.
Future human. How biointegrated tech will change everything? 1. What exactly do we mean by biointegrated technology, and why is that term reshaping how we think about bodies and machines? 2. Could the rapid entry of companies running human brain-computer interface trials, like Neuralink, mark the shift from lab experiments to consumer-viable implants? Reuters. 3. Why will embedding sensors, actuators, and processors into tissues move healthcare from episodic visits to continuous physiology management? 4. How will continuous internal monitoring change diagnosis, early warning, and personalized treatment pathways? 5. Could soft, stretchable, and biodegradable electronics make implants safer, lower cost, and better integrated with living tissue? 6. Is the implantable medical devices implants be regulated like high-risk medical devices with strict clinical evidence, or like consumer electronics with faster cycles? 12. Given forecasts that the biohacking market may grow dramatically over lawyers, insurers, and hospitals respond if implants become legitimate ways to improve. 21. How should militaries and policymakers draw lines between therapeutic augmentation and performance-enhancing or weaponizable modifications? 22. If startups like Paradromics have completed modeled on cybersecurity certainties to respond to device hacks and failures? 32. What interoperability, security? 36. Could planned obsolescence of implants create new categories of medical e-waitings and global South populations? 39. What new education systems adapt? 40. Will reimbursement models shift from procedure fees to outcome-based payments tied to implant-derived metrics? 41. To help citizens weigh benefits and trade-offs rationally. 45. Co-design fair access, redress, and remediation for Should an international agreement limit certain military augmentations or non-therapeutic human modifications that carry high society? 47. Is the right policy posture to begin building regulatory, clinical, and ethical infrastructure now, or to wait for more oversight, transparency, and equitable deployment of augmentation technologies can dramatically improve function and health? How do we ensure it does not entrench or amplify existing social injustices? Please like, subscribe, and comment.
Please like, subscribe, and positive or negative comment. Any comment? Thank you, my friends.